Hello friends, this is Nirmal here for Technique, and in this video we're going to compare two budget or rather mid-range phones, the Yunicorn with the Meizu M3 Note. So these two phones have a lot of similarities in terms of the specification. Both come with a 5.5-inch Full HD display. Both the devices are powered by MediaTek Helio P10 processor, coupled with 4GB RAM on the Yunicorn and 3GB RAM on the Meizu M3 Note. Both the phones have 32GB of storage, micro SD card expansion slot, 4000 mAh battery, and Android Lollipop out of the box. Now both these phones have custom UI. The Yunicorn comes with Android on steroids, which is a stock-like version of the company, and the Meizu M3 Note comes with the Flame OS. So these are the specifications of these two phones. Now let's go into the detailed aspects of the phones. So first up, let's see the design and build quality. So design wise, you can see that both the phones have a lot of similarities. In the front panel, the fingerprint scanner and the home button location are the design elements. The front panel display, a lot of similarities are there in terms of designing for these two devices. So you can say that this device look very similar to few other popular phones in this segment. Now you can, if you tilt the device on the rear panel, we also have another similarity: the camera unit and the dual tone LED flash arrangement, the logo and the two bands running, the chrome bands running on top and bottom of the device. So a lot of similarities, but here we have a difference here. While there is a sharp edge on the Yunicorn, it's a curved edge on the Meizu M3 Note. And you can see the finishing on the Meizu M3 Note is completely matte, while on the Yunicorn it's brushed aluminum finish. So there are lots of similarities, but overall both these devices are really good in terms of the design and build quality. But overall fit and finish looks slightly more premium on the Meizu M3 Note. Now let's move on to the display. So both these phones have a 5.5-inch Full HD display with 2.5D curved glass, and both are really good in terms of the display quality. Again, the touch response feels pretty smooth, and the viewing angles are also really good. Now here there is a difference in terms of the brightness levels and outdoor visibility. That's where the Yunicorn has an edge. The Yunicorn has better outdoor visibility than the Meizu M3 Note. Meizu M3 Note, even with full brightness, it's very difficult to read in under bright sunlight. So in the display aspect, overall we would say the Yunicorn has an edge in this segment. Now let's move on to the software and performance. So both these phones have Android Lollipop, that's Android 5.1 Lollipop. They are not latest software, but they have custom skins. So first let's talk about the Yunicorn. So you can see this is Android on steroids. That's the version, and that's the name Yunicorn U calls the OS running on the Yunicorn, and this has a lot of similarities with the stock experience. You can see the stock notification center and quick toggles. Even if you go to the settings, there are lots of similarities with the stock Android experience. So this is exactly the same, but the app drawer has gone in for a modification, and so are the icons. So you can see the custom icons and app drawer, except that a lot of similarities. Again, if you press and hold, you can see a different panel where you can customize wallpapers, widgets, settings, etc. So overall, if you like the stock Android experience, you would definitely love the UI and experience on the Yunicorn. It's much easier to use, and there aren't any issues. If you just swipe here, you can get the around you feature where you can search for food, shopping, cab, hotels, train, recharge. All these options are included. So it's a customized UI offering definitely good amount of features and tools, and does work quite well. Now talking about the UI on the Meizu M3 Note, so this is the Flame OS. So previously Flame had a lot of similarities with iOS. Now you can see the settings panel. Again, it's a customized panel, but it does not have any resemblance to the stock Android. It has multiple home screens devoid of an app drawer. You can see the customized quick toggles. Again, there are a lot of additional options included, but it is definitely a confusing UI. It's not as user friendly as most of the Android UIs are. It's kind of slightly confusing UI with this home screen and layouts, but it does come with a lot of options like security toolbox and other options, and there is also theming support. You can download additional themes and skin the UI. So those things are pretty useful if you look for more on customization side. Now talking about the performance of these two phones, both these devices come with a Helio P10 octa-core chipset that's from MediaTek, and they're coupled with a 4GB RAM on the Yunicorn and 3GB RAM on the Meizu M3 Note. Both these phones come with 32GB storage and micro SD card expansion slot, along with 4G LTE and dual SIM capabilities. Now both these devices have a fingerprint scanner located on the front panel. Both these have a home button integrated with the fingerprint scanner. Now there's a difference with the Meizu M3 Note, where we have the back button also integrated. It's a M Touch version. So you press here, press a touch on the home button, it acts as a back button, and you have to swipe on the sides to get the multitasking option. On the Yunicorn, the fingerprint scan also acts as the home button. We have capacitive, there's no capacitive button, instead it's an on-screen button on the Yunicorn. Now the fingerprint scanner on both these devices are really fast and can unlock the devices in pretty quick time, and they are accurate too. Now looking at the benchmark scores of these two phones, you can see that the Meizu M3 Note has a slightly better benchmark scores than the Yunicorn, but that doesn't mean the Meizu M3 Note is a better performing device than the Yunicorn. Yunicorn does have a great performance in day-to-day tasks and much better than the Meizu M3 Note, but where these two devices create a problem is in the gaming department. Both these devices running the Helio P10 octa-core chipset struggles with heavy gaming, and there is quite a lot of lag and frame skips happening on both these devices. So if you're looking for great gaming experience, neither of these devices are recommended in this segment. Now overall performance, we would say the Yunicorn is a better device here with stock-like experience, slightly better overall experience, and the performance is also quite good with average usage. But both these devices have this laggy nature which is exhibited when you push these two devices for heavy gaming or heavy multitasking. Even with 4GB RAM, the gaming experience was quite poor on the Yunicorn. So that was the software and performance side. So both are running on Helio P10 octa-core chipset. So we are guessing the Helio P10 isn't a great processor in this category. Now let's move on to the next aspect, the camera. So here we have a 13 megapixel shooter on these two devices, along with dual tone LED flash and a front facing 5 megapixel camera. Now let's have a quick look at the camera interface of these two phones. So you can see that the camera interface is quite good on the Meizu M3 Note, while the Yunicorn has an old interface which does not have much features. It's quite slow to focus and doesn't take photos pretty quickly. But on the Meizu M3 Note, the interface is quite fast. There's no lag in nature and does come with almost all features you would want on a camera smartphone. So in the interface wise, we would select the Meizu M3 Note, but when it comes to photo quality, that's where the Yunicorn excels with great color quality, and overall sharpness looks really great. The contrast and saturation levels are also pretty good on the Yunicorn, but on the other hand, the Meizu M3 Note struggles with performance. The sharpness is pretty poor, and also the color accuracy isn't that great. Now even in the low light capabilities, the Yunicorn is a winner in the camera department. Now if you're looking at the front facing camera, again both these devices are quite decent front facing camera, but again we would still go with the Yunicorn in terms of the front facing camera. So that was the camera aspect. Now let's finally have a look at the battery performance. Now both these phones have a non-removable 4000 mAh battery, and both the devices can get you at least 2 days of battery performance with moderate usage. So battery isn't a worrying aspect on either of these devices, and they get you really great battery performance all around. So we have done the detailed aspects about these two phones. So which is better device to buy here? Now both these devices are almost similar in terms of specs, except for the 4GB RAM on the Yunicorn. But there is a big price difference, almost 3K difference between the Meizu M3 Note and the Yunicorn. So the Meizu M3 Note is priced 9,999, while the Yunicorn is priced 12,999. So which is better device to buy here? So let's list out the pros and cons of both these devices. The Yunicorn has some good display, good software, better performance than the Meizu M3 Note, and a better camera. On the other hand, the Meizu M3 Note has a better design and build quality, and battery life also looks quite decent, and the value for money aspect is favoring the Meizu M3 Note with almost 3K price difference. So which is a better device to buy here? Now in one word, we would suggest the Yunicorn because it has better performance, better camera, and better overall quality than the Meizu M3 Note, which struggles with performance. But if you're looking for gaming experience and great performance all around, then we wouldn't suggest either of these devices. We would suggest either the ZUK Z1 or the Xiaomi's Redmi Note 3. So that was the comparison of these two phones. Hope you like this video. If you have any questions, drop in a comment and we'll be glad to help you out with your queries. If you like this video, do hit the like button and also subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.